Welcome to Shelf Life, where I share some of the best in young adult literature for teens, teachers, and adults of all ages. I'm your host, Patricia Emerson. I've just returned from an annual convention of young adult authors and their fans. Inspiring titles featured there and here today for you include Dig by A.S. King, From Twinkle with Love by Sanjay Menon, Chris Crutcher's Losers Bracket, The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, Dream Country by Shannon Gibney, and the graphic memoir Hey Kiddo by Jarrett Krzyzewska. Pay very close attention to the opening of A.S. King's novel Dig. From the first page featuring quotes about potatoes to short introductions to cryptic characters named like the Shoveler and Two Dead Robins, King holds us in her spell. How will these story threads weave together? Marla and Gottfried are getting their house painted. The Shoveler can help them and needs the job. Loretta keeps it together by training fleas. Meanwhile, Malcolm struggles with his dad's cancer treatments. Bill and Jake rain violence on each other. The fast food cashier, Can I Help You, rebels against her affluent and bigoted mother. Appearing and disappearing in all of these lives is the Freak, a teen phantom who seems to know each one of them and has buried a secret that will, in the end, unite them. Dig captivates as it challenges. This novel for mature readers confronts us with our best and worst selves. It shows how history shapes the present and invites us into a life of possibility when we are able to embrace what we may not fully understand. Twinkle is 16 and wants to make movies. She writes letters in her journal to the film directors she admires. Some people might call people like me losers. To be even one social status level above the one I am right now would change my life. Twinkle is struggling with recently losing her best friend to a more popular crowd. When Salil Roy, fellow film fan, suggests they team up to create a movie, Twinkle abandons her usual caution and agrees. This collaboration changes everything and gives Twinkle the opportunity she's imagined. Along the way, she learns a lot about love, friendship, and finding her voice through the camera lens. Menon shows the challenge of navigating high school. She also represents Indian culture, depicting ways in which families are different and ways in which we are all the same. Twinkle is a smart, sensitive young woman whose stumbles feel real and made me laugh. From Twinkle with Love is pitch perfect and a pleasure in every way. Annie's glad when her 3-on-3 basketball team qualifies in the losers bracket. It only motivates her. She's known plenty of loss as a member of the infamous Boots clan. When people don't expect much of you, then there is less disappointment. Annie's now got a foster family, though, that loves her. Her foster pop, a control freak, wants her to cease contact with her biological family. But family, as messed up as it may be, draws Annie in an irresistible attraction. At the very heart of this is Frankie, her 5-year-old nephew. When he disappears at a swim meet, Annie's situation becomes desperate. Thoughts of her future, college, and an athletic scholarship fade in the glare of this latest tragedy. One more loss, and this one may mean elimination. Crutcher's particular gift is in Annie's voice, both funny and profound. How does he do that? Small details make every scene, every character read real. Loser's Bracket makes us smarter and more human. It's a winner. Xiomara speaks her truth in The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, and like truth for most of us, it's complicated. Fortunately, she finds her voice in verse. That voice runs counter to, but respectful of, her stern, strict Catholic mother, who loves her daughter, but fears all that she cannot control. Xiomara, a high school sophomore, is growing up. She's experiencing first love and the need to keep it hidden. She's questioning all of those no's in her life. X, her pen name, is also not the strong, consistent student like her genius twin brother. While he is her favorite person, his perfection complicates her life even more. X joins a poetry club and conquers her fear of sharing all these conflicting feelings aloud. I can't remember the last time people were silent while I spoke, actually listening. My little words feel important for just a moment. This is a feeling I could get addicted to. That open mic frees much of what has been trapped inside. Then her mother finds her poems, all that X has hidden from her, and X's tentative piece explodes. What will happen to that carefully guarded life that X's mother has built for her daughter now? Read The Poet X to find out. Dream Country by Shannon Gibney weaves together the threads of many characters' lives from different times and places into a brilliant and compelling story. Kali Flomo lives in Minneapolis. It's 2008. He's the son of Liberian immigrants, an outsider at his high school. All he wants is out of school, of the way his life is now. When he gets the opportunity to make some quick cash, he seizes it. And his decision results in his parents punishing him by sending him to Liberia, a country with a troubled past that he's never known. Togar flees through the Liberian bush. The militia, his fellow countrymen, will capture him. They'll enslave him. He'll work the plantation of a freed African-American family who have come to Liberia to colonize. It is 1926. Yasmin Wright and her children run from their Virginia plantation, lured by the promise of true freedom. Owning their own land in Liberia, they arrive as newcomers. It's 1827. UJ and Evelyn join the revolution to overturn the corrupt government that has held the Liberian people in its grasp. These idealistic youth are blinded by the brilliance of possibility. It's 1980. Return to Minneapolis and meet Angel, Kali's sister, a dreamer with the perspective of time and histories on her side. It's 2018. Our bodies enclose the twisted threads of history, passed flesh to flesh, from parent to child, conqueror to conquered, lover to beloved. This complex story, one the author herself was stunned to discover, is unlike anything else I've ever read. I know you'll feel the same. Don't miss it. How I Lost My Mother, Found My Father, and Dealt with Family Addiction, the subtitle to Jarrett Krasowska's Hey Kiddo, summarizes his powerful graphic memoir. Jarrett begins his young life on a roller coaster manned by his heroin-addicted mother. When she is good, clean, and straight, she is an artistic, creative mom, loving and fun. But when she is bad, and Jarrett can never know for sure when that version of his mom will appear, she abandons her son, both emotionally and physically. Fortunately, Jarrett's grandparents fill in the gaps and raise him. As much as his grandfather Joe and his grandmother Shirley love their grandson, alcohol addiction has taken its toll on this part of the family. It was at the root of the family's discord when Jarrett's mother Leslie was a child. As loving and supportive as his grandparents can be, it's his grandfather, after all, who gets Jarrett his first art lessons and his first drafting table. The chronic anger in the house is another factor Jarrett must weather. Their love is a bedrock, though, and the talent and passion for art that Jarrett has received from his mother saves him. The graphic frames completed are in subdued rusty shades, browns, grays, black, and white, perfectly backgrounds Krzyzewska's story and its moods. He includes real artifacts from his childhood, letters from his mother, newspaper clippings, photographs, and awards as a vivid part of this story. Growing up is never easy, and in the worst of circumstances seems to demand the powers of a superhero. Art and love in this graphic memoir are these superpowers. Thank you for joining me in this edition of Shelf Life. Catch these titles. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Give yourself the gift of reading. See you again next time.